With Forza Horizon 5 just being released, not even 2 days ago, I wanted to hop on and see if I could actually play this game, as a normal human being. Well, I didn't expect one thing. I didn't expect just to get absolutely owned in all the races. I've never played a Forza Horizon game besides Forza Horizon 4, and I wasn't really into it at that point anyways. So I thought I would hop on to Forza Horizon 5 and at least try it, and to see if I even like it. So I'm just racing down this hill, and I'm trying to drift here. And as you can honestly see, I'm not that best at drifting. I'm taking left and left and right, so I'm swerving up and down probably. Like I'm crashing to everything that's in my path. And that's why I think I probably should never touch a Forza Horizon game. That's why I was never fine at Forza Horizon 4. And I kind of find this game it's a nice game, but it's just really garbage to me. You see, with me playing this game, of course there's gonna be mixed opinions because I like and I don't like racing games, but at the end of it all, I have mixed opinions of this game. I mean, there's drifting in the game because it's a racing game, which I like. The graphics are beautiful, honestly. I mean, it was released in 2021, so I was really expecting a lot. And I mean, honestly, the best part about this game is the graphics. They're so beautiful. The lights, when they shine at night in the game, they're crystal clear. The missions are really fun to do, and especially since that you can see, how it says 1.3 kilometers away. That's pretty shocking to me. Okay, you may be like, why? That's always in a Forza Horizon game. Well, I think, okay, don't look it up. You probably should, and you're probably gonna type in the comments, hey, you're totally wrong. But I think in the last Forza Horizon that the little marker But I think in the last Forza Horizon that the last marker was super duper short and you couldn't even see far away. And I just missed it. So I can't really tell because I never was a huge fan of Forza Horizon 4. Okay, let's get started on this. And of course, being the smart person I am, I chose the yellow dune buggy thing. In a race such as it's in a desert, you probably expected me to use a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, but I don't have a Ferrari. You probably can guess what happens in this. I mean, honestly, I have the roughest, pretend like you never just saw that, okay? Pretend like that and it was never there. So you can probably guess what happens in, the first 5 seconds. Yeah, of course, I'm 8th place. I started off at 8th place, but, I mean, you can see here, I'm drifting. I'm not the best, car driver, you can see. I'm not even following my lines. My goal, recording this video, was to go ahead, go straight, and just, who cares about the lines? You're just supposed to beat everybody. But, oh boy, was I wrong. Now, honestly, this was my favorite part. See, it's a sick jump. I'm landing. Ooh, I land. Pretty cool. I'm drifting. The dust is flying everywhere, or the sand, because, I freaking hit a 100-foot jump in a car. My car is reflecting everything that's passed. I'm about to make this next jump, waiting, holding on the gas pedal, waiting to go. I jump. And I flipped. you could probably tell what happened. I got second on that one. Now, for this next one, I wanted to try something else. So, I decided to go for this little race deserty thing that looked like it was a track. And of course, I wasn't just gonna stick in my old Doom buggy. Like, this whole time, this Doom buggy caused me to get second because I decided to flip over. So, you know, I'm not staying in this little pathetic Doom buggy. I'm switching to this Lamborghini over here, which I think I've gotten from like Forza Horizon 4 or something, because I got it as a, not a gift, but like, you know, like an award for playing Forza Horizon 4 or the other previous game. Guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. And don't forget to like my video if you like these new videos with this new editing software I found. So honestly, I'm taking a couple of drifts here through the jungle. And honestly, the funniest thing happens right here. Just watch this. I'm drifting, I'm swerving, and I did a little like 360. And I was honestly proud of myself for doing that. I'm not good at racing games, so just a little drift. I was proud of myself for doing a little cool stunt with the car. And of course, I missed. Not missed, actually. I hit the thing. Now, of course, out of all the vehicles I chose a Doom buggy. Why? This would be the biggest mistake of my life. You see, before this mission even starts, you see, I'm starting the race. I'm confident I'm gonna win. I hit the gas pedal. I go, and you know, I'm in last place, but you know, I could catch up. I probably because I chose the Doom buggy. I take a right, and I crash. Yeah, I got 12th place on that. But I restarted. So, it ended up a little better this time. But I was in 10th place, not 12th place. So, I'm a little ahead. So, I'm behind Packet Spice, or whatever the frick his name was. I don't really remember his name. And I'm taking drifts, I'm jumping over this ramp and stuff. The mud is flying everywhere, and it's pretty funny. And I hit the crowd. I'm gonna give someone a concussion right now. This drift would cause me to screw up in the next lap. You see, I'm drifting. I'm 10th place. You know, pretty shitty. I paused for a second because my cat was annoying the living hell out of me, and I bring her out of the room. Then I continue drifting, you know, normal drifting in a Doom buggy, because I never thought I could drift in a Doom buggy for some reason. I take a sharp right, and I go down. But, you see what I just did there? I slipped through the cracks. I didn't even touch the thing, okay? I slipped through the cracks, and basically I missed the entire track. They may be like, well, how did that cause you to screw up? Here's one thing. When I did that, I thought I could do that for the whole run, passing everybody. Because I joined this game not wanting to follow the game's rules. I was sometimes, as you see right here. But I wanted to slip right through everybody. And that's what caused me to screw up. Not right here, but the next one. So I'm just drifting here, and it may not have looked like I've screwed up by taking that drift. That's because I meant the other one when I was gonna screw up. You see, you know, I'm driving normally, I'm taking the right, I hit the side, but I'm not the best driver. So I'm following my line, the mud's flying everywhere, I hit the cone, and I slam on my brakes and take the left. Now you may be thinking, how did this cause me to screw up? Well, racing. Well, you see right here. You see a little drifty thing I did. I didn't follow lines, and I slammed on my brakes before. So see, I'm driving. I get to the third lap. Everything's normal. I'm following lines. I'm driving. I'm about to overtake up the third place. And you know, that's all normal, dandy, and everything. I jump, and I catch up. And the race goes on normally, and the screw up part comes up very soon. Since I slammed on my brakes before, number 3, well, technically number 4, was behind me. And since I slowed down a little bit, now that means I have a higher chance of them taking over, since I was like, stopped for a little second. But it wasn't that big of a screw up. I mean, he passed me a little and I went back, so I kind of over-exaggerated. Now I'm in first place, expecting to get first. I drive, everything's normal, take a right, and the rest of the race goes on pretty well. Until I smack into a tree. Yeah, I still got first, but I smacked into a tree. I had that little adrenaline, a little piece of adrenaline. Can I speak? Adrenaline. Can't, like, you get what I mean. So then I win, being the cool guy I am, aka not the cool guy. And this dune buggy was the worst thing to control. I mean, it was like the hardest thing in the world, drifting left and right and everything. That's why I decided to go for this race. It was no specific race. It was no desert, no snow, grass, no mountain. And I couldn't stand driving this dune buggy, so I decided to teleport there. And the rest of the drive goes on pretty well. I'm drifting because this car is horrible to control. I'm going there. Nothing really to narrate here. And I actually stopped this time without flying to the middle of nowhere. And when I enter this race, I decide to pick this gray car. Now you may be thinking, why is this gray car bad? It's just your normal Toyota. You know, a fast sports car. You're wrong. Well, you're right, but you're wrong. You see, what happens here is just horrible. I've never driven this car before. I start the race expecting this to be a smooth run, and the car was really easy in the control. Now, when I mean really easy, I mean really, really easy, to the point where it's like a drifting car. You know, one little screw up, and I'm gonna go spitting 360s across the whole entire track. That is why, when I was driving, I had to, like, stop and then go. Because if I turned going full speed, this car felt like it was gonna flip over on me, do a backflip, and then explode. Because that's how I'm falling into walls here. I'm following my lines sometimes, not here. And honestly, 3 laps, I've done this before. So I drift, you see, braking, and the mountain, you know, the overall view of this race is beautiful. I look behind me, the second place car is behind me. I really don't think much of it, like, not like foreshadowing that I'm gonna crash. This guy hits the back of me, and, you know, it's not a big problem, it was just a little crash. But since he did that, I stopped for a little. Not a big deal. Like, I had the small chance that he could pass me, but the car decided not to. I'm driving for the next lap, all fine and dandy. This time actually following my lines, do a sick little drift, slam into the wall again, and this car is probably going to be destroyed by the end of this. And then I'm driving, I take a right, and you get it, this game is really cool, but really crappy to play. Now, this is gonna sound like I hate the game, but I don't, okay? I love racing games, but I don't love Forza. Okay, I have mixed opinions about this game. This game can be fun sometimes, like in this race, but it's also one of those kind of games that let you rewind. Now, I don't have a problem with that feature, except for one reason. The rewind feature, what it does is it can make you screw up. Like 1 second you could be driving, crashing into a tree, you want to rewind so you can restart it. You rewind, the guy in front of you is still in front of you, you drive, you rewind because you crash again, you rewind, you crash again. But that wasn't really the problem in this race. So, as normal, I'm driving, and this is my last lap. I go into the thing, expecting to get first place after this full, not 360, but lumpy 360 drift of a track. And of course, I didn't hit it. So, I felt proud of myself, and I hit the wall for the almost third time, and I felt proud. I'm driving, thinking I'm a cool badass, and you see what I mean by was easy to control. I was like drifting like crazy, this time slamming to the same wall. I look behind me, thinking this guy was gonna crash up because of how many times I've crashed into this freaking wall on the side, but it's a fast car, so I'll catch up. I missed the checkpoint. Which pushed me in last place. I decided to try to catch up, but it wasn't really like I'm gonna catch up in the end of it. I mean, honestly, I'm like the worst driver in the world, and it's hard enough to catch up. I'm going crazy at this point. Like, I'm dying I'm gonna win, and I'm like, am I gonna win? Am I not gonna win? It's racing through my head like a back and forth. And luckily that time I hit the checkpoint, but hitting the wall, I could have gone 11th place, but my car decided to spin out of control and hit a wall. I was just shocked, honestly. Now, this race ended, got last, but it wasn't a big deal, you know? I can try this race again, and the person's doing the chicken dance on me. Now, usually when something bad happens, nothing good happens at the end. But something good did happen at the end of this monstrosity of a race. I spun the wheel, raging like hell, and I got a Porsche. A 1995 Porsche, or Porsche, whatever you like to call it. Now, you may be thinking, this is just a little car from the 1995s, what would this ever do to you? I was happy. I lost, yes, big deal. I won won 2 races, but to think that I got a new car at the end of it all, because you don't get cars every day in Forza Horizon unless you get really lucky, this red, beautiful car made me happy, because I actually got something at the end of it all after the time that I spent. And of course I drove this car around like a maniac, crashing it everywhere. It's not one of those drift cars, but it's better because it feels like I just got a new car, you know, I'm excited to drive it. I'm going 170 miles per hour, I'm having fun, I'm literally having a blast of driving a freaking car around in this game because I got it, you know? It's like when a game rewards you with something, you're gonna have fun with it. And of course, the car being the driftiest thing ever, but the funnest thing ever, I spin out of control, and I hit a cactus. Not a big deal, but I hit a cactus, okay. And then, this bot, keep in mind, because I have no friends and I don't play online, decided to be in my way. I thought I could take a right and then a left, and then I spun out of control. Yeah, that wasn't really that fun. Well, that is it. This is me, literally, playing Forza Horizon 4 and being literally doo-doo at it. I hope you enjoyed.